What's up? This is Big Wave with Patiently Aggressive Podcast, maintaining the balance. Now, today I want to talk to you about producers need to stand up more for themselves. They need to stand up for themselves and stand up for other producers. The game is difficult for producers, y'all. It's not something that you should take lightly. You know, producers are the last one to get paid when it comes to this thing called the music business. And, if you're not careful, you may not even get paid. You got to make sure you get a lawyer. We're dealing with different companies. Like I'm not saying like all companies are bad, like all record companies are bad, but you deal with a few that don't even want to pay. You know, you have to get a lawyer, chase them down. They dodging. You can't find their lawyers. They'll try to trick you, in the sense of giving you a few dollars and then not signing the contract or not sending you the producer agreement. These are big, major companies doing this foolishness, trying to rob producers. So you got to stand up for yourself. It's hard as itself for producers to make it because it's a difficult business being an entrepreneur, and then being a producer in this game where it's cluttered. It's going to make it even harder for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you listen to a few producers like Hitmaker. He spoke about getting his beat stolen, the process he had to go through for that. Taz Taylor. I'm going to play a few clips from these guys because Taz Taylor, he spoke about the difficulty too being a producer. They don't want to pay you. You got to wait 3 years. Like, I'm gonna tell you this, because I deal with a lot of producers and I also manage our own situation. If you take a look at some of the record labels, they'll try their hardest not to pay you your advance, the producer advance. Just to remind you, that's your own money that's coming out of your percentage, out of your points. So in actuality, the advance you get is coming out of your royalties. So you're paying for the artist beat. Think about that. If the advance that they give you up front is just a loan and you're going to pay back when you make royalties from your 3% or 4%, whatever your points is, then you're paying for the artist beat. So that's your own money. So let's say, you're on the 3% or 4%. And as far as points goes, and then now, the record came out, or whatever the case is, and you ask for advance. Like say you ask for 5,000 or 3,000 for an advance. And for the record, I suggest all producers ask for a high advance, 3,500 or up or 5,000. And the reason why, it's coming out of your royalties, and it's gonna take forever for you to get that money anyway. So might as well get it now. So always, and if if you could tell if you have them in your grip, if they're ready to release a song or they're about to release the song or so on, you can ask for it. Get your lawyer and you can negotiate a higher advance because it's going to take you forever to get your royalties. Now, that's coming out of your royalties. That is coming out of your 3%. They still will have a problem not giving it to you. And even when you earn the money and the record make money, they'll have the record still in recoup where you can't get your payment. And then you ask them, you can log in and you can see your balance and everything. You ask them, why are we not getting this money? And they'll tell you straight up, well, we got to go through the recoupment process first. We have to make sure we recoup for the artist. They're not even telling you how long it'll take. Some cases, 4 years. They still haven't recouped for the artist. You have to have your lawyer going back and forth, and it costs fees. So producers need to stand up and stand up for other producers, because it's different when you're a creator versus a loop maker. Like, I guess if you're just making loops, it's not important for you to be a household name. But for a producer or a creator, we want to be a household name. So being a household name is you can't really have 5 producers on a track. You have 4 or 5 producers on the track. Now, when an artist come now and they want to get that sound, how would they get that sound if you have 5 producers on the track? There's no individual sound. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to focus more on your craft instead of collab. This networking shit is bullshit in most cases. I think I heard Nick Cannon said something similar to that effect also. And I'm going to play a clip for that. But being networking and all that shit and doing collabs and all, sometimes it's not worth it. Focus on your own sauce. Like, I'll see the misinformation in the producer community where they'll tell you, like, find a producer with the sauce and copy the sauce and learn the sauce. Nigga, develop your own fucking sauce. That's the answer. Develop your own brand, create your own, because as a creator, You should love how the final product sound. I think that's a difference between a creator and a loop maker. Like a loop maker just want to get paid and just trying to find different ways to get paid. You can send this out. They may get in a song or not. But I'll ask the loop makers this, that's sending loops out. How could you tell if someone specifically used your loop? How could you tell if a producer is going to use your loop and give you credit, or they just going to take it and freak it like a sample and you won't even know it's your loop? How can you tell the difference? And I think you also need to stop sending loops out to major producers. If you don't have a connection with them, some kind of business agreement that you know for sure they're going to use it and you're going to get paid, stop sending it out to them, because that's a way for old producers to stay relevant, is by using loops and staying in the sauce. Now, how would your individual sound develop? How are you going to come out? Like if you notice from those producers like Southside, Sony Digital, and so on, where are the new producers of this era? You understand? What's the new sound? It's not. It's mixed with loops, and it's like 5 producers on a beat, and a lot of producers not getting paid, and they don't even complain about it. We giving artists free beats, or we'll work with an artist for no cost because we'll try to help them come up. And the same artist will be throwing $10,000, $20,000 in the strip club and won't slide the producer $500,000, $2,000. $300 for the beat. Producer need to stand up more for themselves and for other producers. I was watching an interview in Producer Grind, and I heard TB Digital spoke about, he sat there and watched artists and producers took producers' beats and wiped their tag completely off and use it. That couldn't be me, y'all. I wouldn't be able to sit there and watch them do harm to another producer while I'm a producer myself. That's something I couldn't stand for, but that's what's going on. You got managers, beat finder, everybody that you could think of will be connected to that artist that want a percentage of that beat that they didn't even create. So you need to have producers to stand up for themselves and also stick up for other producers. I can't sit in the room and have producers steal beats or artists steal beats and I act like I don't know about it, care, or even continue to work with that artist. I couldn't do that. I got morals and principles, because if they do it to him, they're going to do it to you too. And you need to have that understanding in your head. So a lot of misinformation out there. We need to network and collab with like-minded people, because everything has to do with energy. 5 people on a beat don't create good energy. I don't think it does. You could play around with a sound and y'all could do the best you can, but it doesn't create the required energy for that artist, or a sound and vibe that you can duplicate without adding those 4 artists again. Now, I'm not knocking loop makers, because just like I said, if you're going down that route where you don't want to be a household name, you don't want to hear your tag on a beat, if you're going down that route, then that's fine. It's all about the money for you, and I wish you the best with that. You can try, to get loops, send loops to artists and see if you can get a placement, and then, you may be able to get some money, but then you don't even understand the business, so you're not going to get paid right away or even anytime soon. Okay, so we need to stand up for ourselves as producers and also stand up for other producers and find a way to make everything work. You know what I'm saying? Because there's enough money for everybody. There's enough money for everybody. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they send $10 million to Israel every day. So there's enough money in this country for everybody. So just to finalize this, producers, stand up for yourself and stand up for other producers. Stop sending major producers loops. Let them create their own sauce. That's the way to keep them relevant and keep their sound in place, while you could never come up as a producer. You'll never be able to get in that way because they're holding. These are like gatekeepers. And if you see what's going on in the music business, if we leave gatekeeping up to like Puffy and Will Smith and stuff like that, it's not going to work. Okay? All right. This is your boy, Big Wave. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.
And that young lad, me and Aaron Ray, we ended up writing a hook to that shit or whatever together. Then I went and presented Mustard the beat, and then Mustard took it, and then they just asked me out to co-produce, and Lad, nigga, because it was a sample. He went there and just added his drums on there and replayed the 1,500 and nothing. They ain't give us no credit. And like, I was a songwriter and a co-producer that was just working under the nigga at the time. And the funny part is, I'm sitting at the ASCAP Awards about to receive an award, and then they like, Meek Mill wins for whatever you need. I'm like, what the I'm like, this is my song, nigga. I'm sitting there, that nigga Meek go get him off ASCAP Award sitting there right there. I'm like, nigga, this is my song. But they had did the business like that, and I wasn't juiced up enough at the time or whatever to really like go ahead and do it. But we got the business right. Shout out to Mike Brinkley at Rock Nation and all the other folk or whatever.
So like, Hold on real quick. So you
Mhm.
just said you wasn't juiced up enough to really handle the business. So let's just talk about that. When you're not really having that brand or in that position to really like press a nigga about your business.
No, he stole the song, pretty much. You ain't got to say it like cute.
We can't sit around and wait 3 years on an artist to not sign a contract because their lawyer can't hunt them down. So we don't get our mother beat fee. And yes, that does happen. Even the internet money, bro, you'd be surprised how many of these big major label artists can't their lawyer can't get them on the phone and they don't sign paperwork and they don't do proper business. And we still ain't been paid for beat fees that happened 3 years ago, 2 years ago. That shit done went gold. That shit done went platinum. We ain't making money off this shit. So people are mad at producers for going and selling for $30 a piece. Let me tell you what, I was on the internet selling the same lease, hitting that shit 30, 30, 30, 30. So I want to come, bet you could get the same beat, big dog, right here for $50. Oh, you want the same beat for 200? All right, bet I got the premium waves, bro. You could get the track outs with this mother.
The new model is they did it themselves.
Proof of concept.
Yeah, and then the networks and the platforms came running to them. So, and it's funny because I've been preaching that to people for years. Like, forget going and pitching to them, get hot and they gonna come to you.
Like an artist, like a music artist.
Simple as that. I tell everybody that, like, if you want to, like, yo, I need the network, like, fuck networking. Like, networking is a waste of time, in my opinion. Go perfect your craft. And then all those rooms that you want to get into, they're going to be calling to get at you because you're the gift, you're the anomaly, you're the talent. It's like you instead of trying to, that's a lot of time people spend time trying to get hot as opposed to trying to create the true solid foundation of what creates the heat.
So there you have it. Stand up for yourself as a producer. Stand up for other producer. Work on your craft. Develop your own sauce. Work on your craft. Forget about that networking shit. Work on your craft. Get yourself hot. This is your boy Big Wave. I'm out.